One of the riders in this championship, from all you guys out there in YouTube land who put your comments on YouTube, really appreciate that, by the way. One of the guys that's become sort of world famous with you guys out there joins me, Casey O'Gorman. Now, I will say Casey is a man of very few words. He's a little bit shy. He's not shy on a bike, as you'll know if you've watched him, but I want to talk a little bit about last time. Now, I think I put the kibosh on you a little bit when I interviewed you at Red Lodge, because you were unbeaten until you went there in MiniGP50 and 70. Now, you won all 3 races in MiniGP70. You won race 1 that we filmed on the Saturday. You won race 3, but race 2, we weren't there. It was raining on Sunday. You were leading the race, and what happened?
Coming into the bend that goes up the back straight, it wouldn't change down gear, and then when it did change down gear, it went down 2 and locked up the back.
Unfortunately, so you went down, crashed out, so you lost that race. You lost your unbeaten record, but that was in MiniGP50, but you're still unbeaten in MiniGP70, so you're still on for that perfect season. For those of you guys that watch out in the United States, if you think about the pictures having a perfect game, Casey's trying to have a perfect season, go undefeated in all the MiniGP70 races. Once more, let's ask you who you want to thank for all your success, because you've got a few people behind you. I know your dad is integral. We interviewed your dad last time, but who else? Who's important for you?
Ace Signs, Jam Man, Kabuto, RNG, and the rest of my family.
So that was Casey O'Gorman. We're talking there about the only race he's lost so far this season. The man that beat him joins me, Eddie O'Shea, MiniGP50 winner in that race too. But Casey was leading, I think, and then crashed.
Yeah, he crashed out of the tight left-hander, which was unfortunate, but it frightened me. And then I've never been in the lead before on a MiniGP50, so it was a happy time.
Yeah, but I say a happy time. I can see I was back home in Chester. I could see the smile on your face from where I was. I was listening to the radio coverage, of course. So great result for you. How much confidence does that give you? Obviously, different conditions today here at Glannygorse. Looks like it's going to be sunny all day, but give you a lot of confidence moving forward?
Yeah, it gave me a bunch of confidence. I feel so much more confident going into every corner. Like, I feel like on this track, I feel like my bike's on rails.
Great. So this weekend, what are you thinking then? We've got viewers around the world watching this. It's one of their favourite classes, the MiniGP50 class, of course. And Casey, as we know, has got a lot of fans worldwide. He's grown up, and you've been the one that's taken his unbeaten record away in the MiniGP50. He's still unbeaten in the MiniGP70, but moving forward this weekend, you're saying what? Can you take another win off him?
Hopefully, I'm looking for a first or a second.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
One young man that's had an incident-packed few weeks since the last round at Red Lodge joins me. It's Mason Johnson. Now, Mason, since Red Lodge, in the last, well, in fact, I think it was before Red Lodge, wasn't it? You had a little bit of an accident. What happened?
I lost my finger in the chain.
Let's have a look. So, what? You went down on the bike, your hand got caught up between the sprocket and the chain?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Okay, so you don't remember it very well, obviously. You don't want to remember that, do you? But let's have a look at the finger again. That was about 6 weeks ago. So that's an amazing, it's healed amazingly well, hasn't it? We're going to have to come up with a new nickname for you. What do you think?
Stumpy.
Stumpy. I think, what about Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, possibly? I like that. So let's talk about your racing, though. Last year you finished on a real high, didn't you, in 2017? It's not quite gone the same way for you since then, but this weekend at Glannygorse Park, what do you make of the track?
It's a good track. It's fast and it's smooth.
Yeah, it's up and down, isn't it? Very up and down. That downhill section coming down Damon Hill, that's got to be great on the MiniGP50 bike. Just talk a little bit about how important it is for your sponsors. I know we talk about the M&L electrical bike, so you've got M&L electrical event manufacturing. How important are your sponsors for your racing?
They are pretty important for the racing.
it's difficult for your parents just to fund everything, isn't it? So moving forward, you're going to need that sponsorship, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck. Let's hope. Looks like your finger's healed now, is it? You haven't got any pain from it?
No.
Okay, well, okay, little finger. Good luck for this weekend.
Thank you.
Well, the drama for Casey O'Gorman continued on the formation lap in MiniGP50. This happened. Casey up in the air, big high side. He came round the left-hander, lost the rear end, it looks like. Then it grabbed to throw him over the high side of the bike. Here's a slow motion. Goes through the left-hander. There's he losing the rear end, and then it grabs, throws him up in the air and down onto the tarmac and then on the grass. Fortunately, I can tell you, he's a little bit winded. He won't be taking part in the race, but he would walk away from the incident. His dad telling everybody there he won't be taking part in the race. So the race would get underway without the pole man. Who will take advantage? Let's see. Casey O'Gorman would have been on pole. We know now he's not going to start the race. Ryan Hitchcock it is, going off P2. The 10-year-old from Wiltshire getting a nosebleed. He's that high up the grid. Eddie O'Shea, race winner last time. He's on P3 looking for another win. Ollie Walker goes off P4. Off P5, it's James Cook riding the 44 bike with 5 podiums. Can he take his first win? Off P6, it's Thomas Gomez riding the 98 bike. He's had 4 podiums. Mason Johnson shows a huge amount of character to come back and put it on P7 after losing half his finger. P8 is Dylan Mellor, the 11-year-old. Then P9, Lucas Brown riding the 29 bike, the 9-year-old from West Sussex. The Dunsley Heatman comes next off P10. 5 podiums this year. I say he's out of position, as is Emmanuel Brinton, well out of position on P11. Off P12, it's James Rose Jr. riding the 28 bike. Unlucky for some off P13, it's Harrison Crosby riding the 69. 1 podium, got that last time, I think it was. Off P14, it's Alfie Davidson riding the 8 bike. Kyle Payne comes next. Off P15, 3 to go. Alessandro Valenti goes off P16 riding the 82 machine. Then off P17, it's Harrison Desoy riding the 55 bike from Thurrock, age 12. And rounding out the grid in his first MiniGP50 race, I do believe this is, it's Taylor Stewart Campbell.
Well, that's got the heart rate rising for every single rider on the grid, because now they know Casey O'Gorman will not be racing, and that means they could get their first victory of the season for most of them, because MiniGP50 has pretty much been a Casey O'Gorman whitewash. Ryan Hitchcock on his own on the front of the grid. He'll be wiping his nosebleed the fact that he's on his own. Absolutely brilliant start. Away we go. Look at that
start.
He got a terrible start, but O'Shea and Gomez got brilliant starts. Gomez up to 3rd, O'Shea into the lead.
Yeah, Hitchcock lifted his front wheel off and he let go of the throttle to put it back on the floor. Look at that, where is he? Oh, he's down in about 6th or 7th place. Awful start for the man who effectively was on pole. Not a bad start for Eddie O'Shea, but a great start for the man out front, Ollie Walker.
Yep, Ollie Walker's got an absolute flyer. He leads the way from O'Shea and Thomas Gomez. So those 3 lead the way. All of a sudden, we've got an open season. Who's that on the inside of Gomez? That looks to me like James Cook, the 44, trying to come through. So they come on their way through down towards Devil's Elbow once again. This is absolute heaven sent for Ollie Walker leading the way. He's got an amazing crop of talent underneath him, but if he takes a win here, that's a big boost in the point standings.
Yeah, and I spoke to Eddie earlier, of course, and Eddie was very confident about this track. But how did he describe it? He said, my bike feels like it's on rails around this track.
Oh, he's going from the inside already. Trying to make his move, Eddie O'Shea. Goodness me, he is absolutely dialed in around this Glenagore circuit. He made the lunge for the inside. He didn't make it, but goodness me, he is trying every trick in the book, isn't he? 3rd place, Thomas Gomez. Then it's Cook, Hitchcock, who has made his way back to 5th place. Good comeback so far. Then Dylan Mellor, Johnson, Brinton, Bannister and James Rose.
Oh, Gomez has just lost 3rd place to James Cook down the inside. Cook takes the 3rd place off Gomez. Gomez started 6th. He was up to
Gomez
3rd.
has got it back. Did you see that? He managed to get the move, and now Gomez has got him straight back again. So he's got through. Initially, you were absolutely right, and now he's taken the place back. So very good work there, because when you lose a position at that point of the circuit, you are never really going to get it back until a good couple of corners later. So the fact he drifted wide and said, no, I'm having third place, don't even think about it.
Pick out your favourite riders as they go through these fixed static cameras. That's what they're there for, to pick them out.
Oh, some great battles in this
Fantastic
early
action.
stage as well. Look at these five, though, locked together in mortal combat. Walker, O'Shea, Gomez, Cook and
That's
Hitchcock.
O'Shea out front.
That is O'Shea. He has taken the lead. So O'Shea now. Here comes Cook again on the inside of Gomez. He goes through. Now is Hitchcock going to get an opportunity? Gomez just again tries to dive at the inside. This time Cook isn't going to let it go. Hitchcock now tries to come around the outside of Devil's Elbow. I hate to say that Casey O'Gorman's retirement has made this race 10 times better, but we've got an amazing five-way scrap for the lead now.
It's like a snake as they go through there. It literally looks like a snake as we follow them up the 220-metre Dragon Straight. It's uphill all the way.
Watch Cook on the inside. He's going to have a go at Ollie Walker. My goodness, absolutely terrific pass there from Cook as he dives for that inside line. There's 9 laps left of this, and all 5 of them want this win so badly. They saw Casey O'Gorman come off the bike, and they know this is their best chance of having a whirlwind victory to gain on the Irishman in the championship standings. All 5 of them want this win, and they're all dialed in and motivated.
Amazing stuff. The 4 at the front just dropping. Is that Hitchcock just dropping off the back?
Just a little bit, but not by much. He's still relatively intact. Oh, actually, I think that might be Gomez. I think Hitchcock's got through into 4th position. Yes, he has. Hitchcock set the fastest lap. Now he's going after Ollie Walker. Look side by side, Cook and O'Shea. Cook is through. Cook is through. Beautiful move through turn 1. He got the power out of the turn, and now he's into the lead. So James Cook leads, and up the inside goes Hitchcock. He gets 3rd on Walker.
Right, just when I thought Hitchcock was dropping back, he's actually moving forward. Fastest man on the track at the moment, 3rd place. He's looking to turn that into 2nd and then 1st, but Cook has come from 5th, and look at this. Oh, he's already gapping them. He's put a good 10 bike lengths between himself and Eddie O'Shea, I think. And O'Shea could be the cork in the bottle here. Well, Hitchcock's going to want to get past O'Shea as quickly as possible.
Considering that O'Shea said, my bike feels like it's on rails around here, he's not really got the speed to match it. He's got the control.
0.7.
Here he comes up the inside. Is this going to be Hitchcock through in a 2nd place? Well, we watch the riders further back having a nice little duel. That is Mason Johnson, James Rose and Alfie Davidson scrapping away. Very close in together there in with Emmanuel Brinton. But Eddie O'Shea still in 2nd. Look at James Cook, he's disappeared. Thomas Gomez is just about in touch in 5th place, a few bike lengths back, but now that Cook has got the lead, he's on his own.
Amazing stuff. Josh Bannister was in that midfield battle as well for Dunsley Heats, but not where he would want to be. He'd want to be with this battle, of course. But James Cook, what a stellar day for James Cook. They've just about got him taped now. So it was 0.781 last time round. Let's see what the gap is this time. Looks about the same to me.
Well, once you start getting about a 2nd clear, that's when it becomes almost untenable for the riders behind to really mount a challenge. But if Hitchcock can get up the inside of Eddie O'Shea, he may have the speed to go catch him. Up on the inside, O'Shea defends beautifully. I thought that was a done deal. Now Hitchcock's going to get him in the spoon. I am not going to get held up by you anymore, mate. I'm through, and he's into 2nd. Now, Hitchcock is clear. We've seen how fast he can be when he's catching riders. He might have the goods to go after Cook.
He may well. He's having a great day, isn't he? He was very strong in the earlier race, and he's extremely strong in this one as well.
In terms of 1 lap pace, we know he's quick because he was on the front row alongside O'Gorman. So if anyone's going to catch James Cook, it's Hitchcock.
Indeed, and 6 laps to go, Jake. Be 5 as they go across the line this time. That's what he should be thinking to himself. You know what? I was the pole man. I'm the fastest man in this field. Without Casey O'Gorman in it, I can catch you. However, look at that gap, Jake. Looks like it's increasing. He's increased it by pretty much half a second. James Cook has put the afterburners on.
Well, let's not forget that Hitchcock would have taken a little bit of a time loss getting past Eddie O'Shea. It was half a second he lost out to him. But already, look, Hitchcock has already started to drop Eddie O'Shea and Ollie Walker. He's leaving them to battle amongst themselves for 3rd position, and Walker is getting closer to O'Shea. So I have a feeling that is going to be a duel for 3rd position sooner rather than later. But Hitchcock, crucially, is starting to pull away from them, and we need to see what the gap is going to be, as we'll have 4 laps to go at the end of this one. Hitchcock definitely dropping the guys behind. What is it? as they come across the line. This time it's 1-4. He's not really gaining the time.
Yeah, it looked like he was improving and closing that gap, but not so much. James Cook is definitely the man on it today. It's the 808 bike for the, who we're going to call him these days, Littlefinger, the man that we interviewed earlier, who lost his finger in an accident just several weeks ago. Amazing to see how it's healed, I've got to be honest.
Oh, nice little midfield
Mason
battle.
Johnson on the 808 bike there.
Yep, defending Davidson. Davidson tried to come up the inside there. Alfie Davidson's got pressure of his own from James Rose, and then Harrison Crosby's got Lucas Brown all over the back of him as these guys trying to keep up with Emmanuel Brinton. There he is in the lead of this queue. But Mason Johnson doesn't want Alfie Davidson sniffing all over the back of his bike as he goes up the inside. Good move.
Oh, nice,
that
nice
was
move
beautiful.
by Alfie. We have not seen a lot of Alfie, to be honest, in the filming in this championship, but we've seen him now, and be very pleased with that. That was captured on the cameras. That was a very nice move indeed.
Yeah, I don't think that's the last we're going to see of the black and gold number 8 this season or next season. Alfie Davidson definitely putting in a good show there. That's Bannister, Mellor, then with Brinton, and Davidson's already all over the back of Emmanuel Brinton. Never mind, he's through! Alfie Davidson set him up!
It's Alfie Davidson day today.
That was a classy move from Alfie Davidson there. I don't even think Brinton realised he was that close to him, and he just shot by up the inside and said, right, who's next? Oh, it'll be Dylan Mellor then.
Well, we've got a good battles at the front, but this is a cracking battle in the midfield. So there's a leader, Cook.
Hang on a minute, he is catching him. 2 to go, and it's down to a second. That's still a big gap as James Cook looks over his shoulder and thinks, well, that's a second. I probably got this in the bag.
Yeah, he may be dialing it out a little bit, just making sure he's holding on to it, doesn't want to throw it down the road. However, having said that, Hitchcock is being buoyed on by the fact that he's getting that much closer.
Yeah, he is starting to get that gap down. It doesn't look like a second anymore, does it? Meanwhile, Ollie Walker is trying to second guess where Eddie O'Shea is going around the circuit and is trying to find his method of movement on the inside. He's not quite close enough yet. Eddie O'Shea just trying to stay with Ryan Hitchcock, because if he's gaining and O'Shea tags onto him, then there's a good chance O'Shea might still get a crack at the victory.
Yeah, I think if there's going to be a change, it's going to be a change for second, if anything, because it looks like Cook's got it tied up. He's increased the gap again. He's looked like he's just flicked the James Cook afterburner switch, and that's the 55.
That's Desoy.
Desoy, he's out.
Well, hang on a second.
Eddie!
Was that Eddie O'Shea losing the place, or trying to gain the place, I should say, from Hitchcock? He is going for it. He has been gaining ground big time, and that is giving Ollie Walker a bit of a moment to just watch these two and go, right, if you two tag each other, that's second place for me. But O'Shea, I wonder if he's been looking after his tyres over the last few laps, because he's not been as close to Hitchcock as he needed to be, but now he's suddenly faster.
I think he was up the inside at turn 2, and I think Hitchcock's got him back in the spoon.
So
here we go.
Well, the finish line is going to be for James Cook. Eddie O'Shea's going to get one final go. It's a victory for James Cook, and he knows it. Is there a chance for O'Shea? Not quite, but so close. One more lap, and that could have been so different. A victory for James Cook in front of Hitchcock and O'Shea. Walker is 4th place from Thomas Gomez in a very solid 5th position. As the weekend continued, we got into the wetter part of the weekend, but Casey O'Gorman was right back to his best, winning the second race, and of course, going on to the 3rd as well. Once he's in his zone, he's a very hard man to beat. And that victory is enough to clinch him the 2018 MiniGP50 Championship with 150 points to score and 155 points lead over Brinton. It's all over.